Let's turn our attention to the guy they're paying $230 million for, Deshaun Watson. How do you think this offense evolves with him? And he's starting to look more and more comfortable the more we see of him.
Yeah, I think, to me, that's what these last 6 games were about, Dave, is trying to, knock that rust completely off of him, get him comfortable with Kevin Stefanski. He's talked about how important talking football with Kevin was in him agreeing to sign here, along with 230 million other reasons. But, clearly a factor, and clearly that relationship is at the core of the Browns going forward for the next year or two or more. So, yeah, I think this offense is going to continue to evolve with Watson. I still think it's important for them to identify a number 3 wide receiver. Again, much like we talked about seeing defensive tackles around the league. You watch a lot of these other teams, and they've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 receivers, and the Browns aren't there yet. I mean, I've been very, obviously, Amari Cooper, and I cannot possibly say enough good things about Amari Cooper. Give me about 4 Amari Coopers, and let's go. So he's been fantastic. Donovan Peoples-Jones has taken the jump that they hoped this year. So that looks really good towards the future. David Bell, the rookie, has been hurt and just has not been the guy they thought he would be. And in fairness to him, he's a rookie, and there's been a lot of factors going on that have made it tough for him to really make a mark. They like this Baldwin kid that came up last week and played, and they look to him and Michael Woods, another young player, as developmental guys that could probably become that number 3 wide receiver. So I think it's important for them to identify that third guy. Obviously, we know what Kevin Stefanski, how he feels about tight ends, and Njoku and Watson are starting to get a nice chemistry together. So I think it's still about, Dave, putting some other weapons around Deshaun. And I thought it was interesting this week to hear Nick Chubb say that it's more about the Browns raising their level to Watson than him figuring out how to play with them. So that tells you that, we watch him in practice, and as soon as you watch it, Dave, you're like, okay, I get why he is an elite quarterback. I mean, the way the ball comes out of his hands, the way he moves. I mean, you could argue that he's probably the most athletic quarterback in Browns history by a mile. And so, they got their guy, hopefully for his sake and the team's sake, all this legal stuff is behind him. The situation with the league is behind him, and everybody can go forward because, finally they have answered the question. They do have their franchise quarterback. It's a matter of building the team around him now. Yeah,
and you can definitely see, we're starting to see more and more glimpses of why, he's the $230 million quarterback because of some of the things we're starting to see out on the field.